Well, hey everybody, it's Tom here. Welcome back to my shop. First off, I would like to thank all my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. I hope you stick around and I hope you enjoy the videos. So, as you saw by the title, we are going to make some machinist jacks. I know there's tons of YouTube videos out there with creators making machinist jacks. We're going to go a smidgen of a different route, so I hope you find this interesting. Let's get you over to the mill and I'll show you why we're going to make some. So, you're looking at your standard machinist jack. It works, but it does have its shortcomings. Normally you use your standard 1-inch parallel tall, right? So then you want to hang your work out there for, so say you're going to mill or you got to drill all the way through, or whatever the case may be, and you need to support it. Well, there it is, directly over the T-slot. So you've got a stability issue. I mean, one way to correct it is, you can take a parallel or a block or something, and then you got to, brace it up like that, which it's okay, but still, I just don't like it. I mean, I made this early on in my career just to combat that issue. It's got a larger base, something basic. So, and it works, but I'd like to make something nicer. And also, you've got an issue here is because of the bottom of the base. This is as close as you can get to the part that you need to mill or drill. Sometimes you need to be like, right up under here. Let's say it's a short piece and you need to support it and you just got to get it right there. And then so you got that issue. You can't, you're way out of here. So I think what we want to do is go ahead and make some nice beefy ones. So this way you can get as close as you can. And also now it's nice and stable. This is a 2-inch in diameter stainless. I hope it's 304, so the machine's a little better than 316. And we'll make a pair of them. So if you're working off of the 1-inch standard parallel and your part's here, so what I want to do is make the distance from here to here, basically the minimum total dimension of the jack, so it'll slide in, just like this, no problem. And then of course then the thumb wheel can raise it up for anything taller. I think what we'll do is we'll use a good old Monarch, throw some chips on that. So let's get it set up over there and get rocking and rolling. I drew up a rough sketch of basically what we're going to make, kind of give you an idea. I mean, so this is how the jack will actually be. This will be the base, this will be the top. You got your threaded rod, brass thumb wheel, some pretty much basic dimensions. We may alter them as we go, but this is kind of what I'm shooting for. I'm going to turn the OD down to 1.750, except for the last 50 thou. We'll keep that basically close to the 2-inch mark. We'll just skim past the whole thing first to get it cleaned up, so whatever this finish out's at, it'll be like probably 1 inch, 0.9 something, and that'll leave us a little bit here for the base so we can radius it, and it'll look a little bit nicer. The top will need to mill a V in there, and then the threaded rod will need to mill a slot so it'll be retained in this bottom part hole here for a 3/16 dowel pin, so that will retain that. And you'll just turn you can just pull this up right underneath the stock, get you good and positioned the way you want, and then you can just screw the thumb wheel down, and that will basically kind of keep it from going anywhere down. I'm not worried about trying to lock it into place. I mean, you could thread this, so this threads out, and then the thumb wheel comes down, and then you're locking it against this. But I kind of hate that design because the top rotates, so you're trying to adjust it and it's underneath the piece of work, whatever you're doing, and it's trying to do this and it's trying to move your work and you're fighting it. So this way, just pull it up, get it in position, put the thumb wheel down, bam, you're good to go. So that's what we're going to make. let me get you set up on the Monarch and let's get some chips going. Just get the face cleaned up here. Not sure what it's going to take. Running 345 RPM. CNMG 431 insert. And looks like we need a smidgen more. So I got my stop set here for the carriage travel. Let's go in. Get our 0, and then we can do a skim pass here. Alright. You guys can't see it. We'll get this dial indicator set up over here. Dialed in 10. See if that's going to be enough. And my feed rate isn't enough since we got this long stringy chip. Looks like it's going to clean the OD up enough. Alrighty, dialed in 50 thou. Readjusted my carriage stop. Minus 500 thou for our base. See how the chips will go on that. There we go. Woo, they're hot. Look out. Okay, moved you up on the tailstock, get you maybe a better shot. Had to put my shield up because them chips are hot. Dialed in another 50 thou. There you go. Let's see, last pass maybe to final dimension. Let's see how we did. Not too bad for the old Monarch. I'll take that. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and break that edge, and we'll part that off, and that'll be our top. Move in, cut that part off right here. That'll make us the top. This will be the bottom part, and we can get that radius in there, get that cleaned up, and then we'll bore that part out. Okay, moved over an inch and 40 thou extra. That way, clean the face off. Slowed it down. See if we can part this stainless, or I'll have to take it over to the bandsaw. That's extra part. Let me get some mist cooling on it, make life better. Hang on. All right, let's try this. Already cleaned the face, broke the edge, so now I got a button insert in, and I'm just going to blend a radius in right here. Maybe polish that up just a little bit. Alright, that looks fairly decent. Just going to be a machinist jack. So I guess now we'll go ahead and let's get this center board out. Not too bad. Gonna go 1.5 inches deep. This is a 1/2 inch helical or spiral drill bit. Got a 45/64 drill bit, which is like 0.703. That'll leave us just, 37 thou to bore out. Alrighty, all set up. Hopefully you guys are in a good spot. I already set my depth. Go in here and find our 0. About there. Burnt. Gotta love stainless steel there, don't you? And I got my 0 set. Fortunately, we don't need to take off much, so we'll do a 15. Hopefully that'll be enough for a bite and see how she likes it. And a hand feed her just to see how she feels. I've got a lot of stick out of that boring bar, and it's only a 1/2 inch in diameter. Probably gonna get some flex. Alright. Let's see what it comes out to. So I went ahead and choked up the boring bar to help, because it was doing a taper, which I figured, but I'll take a couple more spring passes. We will probably be about where we need to be at 740. Of course, it's going to do a little bit of rubbing, maybe more than cutting, but we'll see if we can get to that. Because we're just a few thousandths shy, and I got to get the taper out of the bottom of that bore. See if we're about there. I don't know. So 740 gauge pin. See, she'll start at the beginning of the bore, but still tapered in the bottom. All right, let me make a couple more spring passes, clean it out, and get that bore straight, and we'll probably be there. Alrighty, the bore is where it needs to be. Go ahead and break this edge. And this part's basically done for the lathe work. What I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and take this over to the bandsaw, I'll cut this off, and I'll put it back in, and we'll, just clean the face and the bottom. And then we'll take it over to the mill. We got to drill a hole. Got the top in. I've already faced it, got it down to the 1 inch in length that we need. Already center drilled it to about a 1/2 inch drill bit. Just kind of clean it out. I didn't bother filming that. You guys have seen plenty of that basic stuff. So now we're at the tap size for a 3/4 10. So I got a 21 32nd drill bit in. And we'll just take her down to the bottom. What do you say? Slowed it down. Gonna use a little bit of coolant. I got you moved back, so hopefully it won't get sprayed on. Let's see if we can get some threads going here. Get a little bit of lube, never hurts. So this is a plug tap. So it's got a few threads to help start. Hole's not really deep enough to start with the taper. And then we'll follow this up with a bottom and tap. Of course, you guys have seen plenty of YouTubers threading on the lathe, but for you new guys, I figured I'd show a little bit. The reason why is you come back is you want to break the chip. If you didn't know that. And then you got a tap follower here to help make sure it goes in the hole straight. And there goes my oil can. And actually, I think we've bottomed out already. Hang on. Yep, feels like it. All right, I told you didn't need much. Okay, I think we're at the bottom. Alrighty. Okay, we are done. That was the bottom of the base. I got it to 2-inch dimension. So one is done. Well, there you have it. There is one done. I'm going to go ahead and make the other one off camera up to this point, so we'll be caught up. And then once that's done, then you'll meet me back over here. Actually, you're going to meet me over at the Inco, because we need to make the brass thumb wheel. And the knurling tool I have is only like 1/2 inch, so it works perfect in the Inco. I need to get a bigger one so I can do knurling over here on the Monarch. But anyways, coming together. Over here at the Inco, all set up. I already faced it and center drilled it. Got the piece supported. So now we'll go ahead now is just make a skim pass and kind of get it cleaned up. This dimension really doesn't matter. Just depends on what it cleans up to. Find my 0. That will work. So go in, I don't know, about 10. We'll see if that cleans it up. Doesn't sound like it, does it? Let's grab another 5. All right. That looks better. Got the knurling tool in, and we are about at its max. I think this thing is like 2-inch max, so we're just under 2, so I think we'll be okay. Because I like the scissor style better than the one that pushes in. You know, that's a lot of tool pressure when you're trying to push in with just that that basic knurler. So let's get her rolling. I slowed her down. And I may need to bring her back just a hair. There we go. Boy, we are at its max. Make sure the tool is not wanting to rub there. And it is. Alrighty, let me play with it. Hang on, guys. Okay, I think I got it adjusted. Just take a couple passes and crank it in. And rinse and repeat. Till we get the knurl we desire. Made a few passes. Let's clean it up and see what it looks like here. Just spraying WD-40. Like I said, we kind of maxed this knurler out, so I'm not sure they're going to be super pretty. They're forming a point. I may just turn it in just a little more and then just make a couple spring passes, and that'll be it. Okay, let's give this a shot and see what it looks like. Move you guys back here. Get the knurler tool off. All right, let me move you. See how well the camera will pick it up. It looks decent. It's alright. I think if the diameter was a little bit smaller, then we could actually get the wheels where they need to be and make a little prettier knurl, but they're not too bad. I mean, we got nice peaks on it, so that'll work. Well, let's get it drilled and to the tap size and get it tapped. Of course, brass is grabby. I have to send it in there. As long as the chip's clear, we're good. $21.30 for 3/4 tin. Alrighty, let's see if we can get the tap started. Got her slowed down. Guess we can give a lead-in angle. Yeah, you guys in frame. And that's all she wrote. Fun, fun, fun. Time to hand tap her. Well, unfortunately, the end of this tap takes a large tap wrench, which means the handles won't clear the bedways, so just gonna have to use a combination wrench, and if I don't have enough leverage, then I can use the old crescent or spanner wrench, some people call them, and we will just do this by hand. The threading is done, so let's go ahead and break this edge, and then we'll start parting them off. Well, got it turned around. Let's get this face cleaned up, and then we'll chamfer that edge and break the edge leading into the bore. And then we'll get it down to dimension also. All right, one done. Let me knock the other one out. Well, there they go. Two of them ready to rock and roll. Sorry for the background noise. They're out hay in my field. But I think the knurls come out pretty good. Got the threaded rod in there. So now what we need to do is go ahead and mill a slot in the threaded rod so we can retain it in the base. And I'm debating whether to pin it or run a grub screw, because if we pin it, it is going to be in there permanently. We're not going to be able to get it back out since it's going in one side. We can't drive it back out if we ever decide to change the rod for whatever reason, if we wanted it longer, if it got damaged or whatnot. So I'm leaning more towards, drill a hole, thread it, and, do a grub screw to help retain it. So, but that'll be the adjustment. So Let's get over to the mill and get this knocked out. So I'm just getting the slot milled. 100 thou depth of cut. I'm using a ball end mill. Time to drill and tap the bases. I already just took an end mill, got a nice flat, center drilled it. So I got a number 7 drill in here for 1/4 20 thread. Got a little anchor lube on the tap, and we'll see if we can get her started. Might be able to go all the way through. There we go, I'll take it. Nice. Well, there they are, all complete. Looking a little sexy if I don't say so myself, but I didn't build them for sexy, I built them for performance. So I used the gold anodized set screws, kind of matches the brass, looks really good. You know, so now you just pull it up, get your adjustment to where you need to, and then run your thumb wheel down, and bam, you're there. So, you know, got about an inch of adjustment. Nice and weighty. You know, stainless, not going to rust here. Brass should be pretty impervious to the environment around here. So now I just need, I guess, to etch my name in them, and they look complete. Let's get over to the mill and show the function. You got your workpiece in your vise, and you need to support it. Like I said, hopefully you can see it. I built the jacks so when they're fully compressed, they'll just fit perfectly underneath the piece of work that you got if they're sitting on 1-inch tall parallels. And we can get nice and close to the vise. And then you can just pull her up, run her down, and bam, you're there. You've got support. So awesome, these are gonna work really well. Man, I'm tickled. Finally get this checked off my list. Well, there you go, guys. I think it's gonna be a wrap. 2 nice functioning machinist jacks. Be a good addition for the shop. And if you want to make a pair, I'll show the drawing at the end of the video, so that way you guys can you know, take a picture of it with your phone, and then, you know, blow it up and you can get the dimensions. And of course you can vary from the plans. That's the good thing about machinist jacks. You can build them any way you want to, and it doesn't really matter. Just make them so you're happy with them, right? But a couple things, if you are going to make them to my plans, when you measure your threaded rod, you know, there's variances in the manufacture of the threaded rod, so don't go off my plans. Measure it and just add a couple thou, so you got a thou clearance all the way around the bore. That way you have a nice sliding fit. You don't want it, you know, moving around too sloppy. And with that, it's going to be a wrap. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave some comments, you know, give me a thumbs up, that always helps, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.